Hey there, movie buffs. Welcome back to Unscripted Buzz. Today, we're diving into the curious case of Otho Fenlock and his absence from Beetlejuice 2. Fans of Tim Burton's original cult classic remember Otho as the eccentric interior designer and paranormal expert who stole the show with his flamboyant personality. So, why isn't he in the sequel? Let's break it down. Beetlejuice 2 brings back many beloved characters from Tim Burton's original classic, but one notable absence is Otho Fenlock, portrayed by the late Glenn Shadix. Otho, the eccentric interior designer and self-proclaimed paranormal expert, left a lasting impression in the first film as a quirky yet pivotal figure in the Dietz household. While Otho does not return in the sequel, the film introduces a new character, Rory, played by Justin Theroux, who seems to fill the void left by Shadix's memorable performance. Still, fans can't help but wonder what could have been if Otho had re-entered the ghostly chaos. Given the fallout with the Dietz family in the original, it's hard to imagine Otho willingly reuniting with them, but his charm and impact resonate even decades later. Shadix's portrayal remains an indelible part of the Beetlejuice legacy, casting a shadow of what might have been in this long-awaited sequel. Otho actor Glenn Shadix passed away in 2010. In 2010, Glenn Shadix tragically passed away at age 58 due to blunt trauma after a fatal fall in his condo. At the time of his death, Beetlejuice 2 had been in development limbo for decades, and Shadix was still active in his career. If the sequel had been made earlier, it's highly likely that Shadix would have reprised his iconic role as Otho. Otho not only jump-started Shadix's career, but also cemented his legacy as a standout character in the original film. Given Shadix's professional rapport with director Tim Burton, his return for the sequel would have been a natural fit. After Beetlejuice, Shadix collaborated with Burton on two more projects, voicing the mayor of Halloween Town in the Burton-produced The Nightmare Before Christmas and playing Senator Natto in Burton's 2001 remake of Planet of the Apes. Shadix's talent and Burton's trust in his abilities make it all the more poignant that the actor couldn't bring Otho back to life for Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice 2 doesn't reference Otho, but Delia hints at past friendships. Beetlejuice 2 pays tribute to the late Charles Dietz with a storyline centered on his extravagant death and funeral. This narrative choice subtly acknowledges the real-life passing of Jeffrey Jones, who portrayed Charles in the original film. However, the sequel does not directly address the fate of Otho Fenlock, leaving his status in the franchise ambiguous following Glenn Shadix's death. While Otho's absence remains unmentioned, the film hints at the Dietz family's social circle during the funeral. Delia Dietz notably laments, "No one's here yet," highlighting the lack of friends or associates she values. Among the missing is Charles's boss, Maxie Dean, whose absence is explicitly noted. This context suggests that Otho, another prominent figure from the original, was not present either. Despite his absence, Otho's impact on the franchise and fans remains significant, even if his character is left out of the sequel's narrative. The original Beetlejuice's ending may have teased what happened to Otho. It's highly likely that Otho distanced himself from the Dietz family after his unnerving encounter with Beetlejuice in the original film. Otho's final scene showed him fleeing the Dietz household in terror after Beetlejuice transformed his fashionable attire into a garish summersuit, a humiliating prank that sent him running for the hills. Given his ego and career-driven motives, it wouldn't be surprising if Otho wanted nothing more to do with the Dietzes after such a supernatural ordeal. Though it appeared the Dietz family lost a friend, Otho's actions suggested otherwise. His association with the wealthy Charles and Delia seemed more about boosting his career and self-image than genuine friendship. Like Rory in Beetlejuice 2, Otho functioned as a one-off antagonist who was taken down when the supernatural world became too real for him. Despite his absence in the sequel, Otho's influence is still felt. Rory's character, with his similarly questionable motives, serves as an homage to Otho's role in the original, a testament to how significant he was to the Beetlejuice franchise. Glenn Shadix's untimely passing in 2010 sadly prevented Otho's return, but it's easy to imagine Shadix reprising his iconic role alongside the original cast and a new generation of actors. In Beetlejuice 2, Delia implied she still considered Otho a friend, lamenting his absence at Charles's funeral. Otho's lively personality, sharp wit, and paranormal knowledge made him a standout figure in the original film, and his presence is sorely missed in the sequel. He remains an unforgettable part of the Beetlejuice legacy.